Hi!
Hey everyone.
Hi, welcome to Mention It Monday. Hope everyone enjoyed the weekend, even though we lost an hour, but now we have more daylight. Woohoo!
Less sleep, more daylight.
Yes. So, Mary, on today's Mention It Monday, what is something you wanted to talk to me about again? You've been going on and on. What was it? Oh, batting.
Batting.
Yes, batting. So, what is batting?
I'm going to take my mask off because I don't know that you can hear me. Batting.
So, how is batting so important? What are the things we need to know about batting?
Right. Well, whenever I'm quilting, this is a common question people ask me. What batting do you like? And of course, from then forward, none of my questions are direct questions. They're all are answers, and they're not direct answers. They're more questions. My batting, I have to decide whether it's just going to serve its functional purpose of making my quilt warm and comfy and quilted, or is it going to serve part of the artistry question? There she goes again. Is it going to serve part of an artistry? Is it part of that? So I like to choose my batting based on how my quilt's going to be used.
So what is your favorite batting?
Again, I just don't have a favorite batting. Well, that's not true. That's not true. I love 100% cotton batting because I like my quilts to have that squishy grandma feeling to it. And 100% batting, I get such nice shrinkage in the batting, a greater degree of shrinkage in that 100% cotton batting than I get in polyester. And then my fabric, I get that squishy feeling. And I like that a lot. That's in the quilts that I'm going to love on or grandbaby's going to love on. For those, I like cotton.
So what if you're doing like a detailed quilt that's going to be hanging up? What do you like to use?
Then I like to double bat. When I really want quilting to show, and let me show you a piece right here that I did this with. When I really want quilting to show, I need to, I have areas of the quilt that I'm smashing the fabric down, and then I have other areas that I'm not sewing, and it leaves the quilting proud or the fabric sticking up. Then I like to double bat. So I'll put a thin cotton bat in the back, and this is not a quilt that anybody's going to be loving or squishing or building forts under. I like to put a cotton batting on the back and a wool or polyester fluffy batting on the top. My first choice is always wool because I like the natural fiber involved. But if I have a pure white quilt, because wool has a yellow to it, it'll distort the color of my white fabric. And so in that case, I'll choose a poly bat like Dream Puff. Quilter's Dream Puff is a great top dressing, or Quilter's Dream Wool are great top dressings of a batting. Go ahead.
Okay, so what were you? So I hear you've been talking about this Dream Quilter batting. What makes you so eager about this batting?
Man, I love Quilter's Dream. I love Quilter's Dream batting because I don't quilt exactly the same. I may not choose to invent that great big giant roll of batting that I have to manage. So for one, I like that I can buy it quilt by quilt, each quilt having its own needs in batting. Secondly, the pricing is great and the quality is phenomenal. I don't have to worry about is it up, is it down, is it inside? There is none. There's no scrim. I don't have to worry about the scrim being beneath. And what is scrim? Scrim is a coating that other batting manufacturers may apply to the back of a batting to keep you from tearing it when you're using it. So I don't have to worry about whether it's right side up or right side down, wrong side down.
So is there a right side or a wrong side?
Not here. There isn't here. This is really lovely batting. If you feel like, and the reason people talk about right side up and right side down is a thing about pokies, they call it, or where the batting is being pushed through to the backing fabric. If you're encountering that, rather than questioning your batting, I'd like you to just start with choosing a sharper, better needle. Get a new one, make it a top stitch, and see if you're changing your needle doesn't resolve that problem for you, rather than worrying about where the scrim is or whether it's upside or downside.
Speaking of quilting, don't we have some beginner quilting classes?
Yes, we do. This information and ever so much more will be made available to you in this first of a 6-part series of classes we have coming up called Beginning Domestic Machine Quilting. It's 6 parts. As I said, we're going to start with the simple, how to make the sandwich, how to set up the machine, how to choose the thread, how to choose the batting, and how to do simple free motion quilting. It's every other Thursday night starting on April 1st. It is every other Thursday night from 5:30 to 8 p.m. And I hope that if you're interested in learning to quilt quilts from your sewing machine, that you'll come join me for that class. I just have 10 spots available. I'm keeping that class small because I feel like you just need more loving in that one.
Yeah, so does it matter what kind of machine you have to come to this?
It doesn't. It doesn't. And on the sign-up page, you'll see the requirements. You do need a domestic sewing machine, an extended base, a pair of machine gears, or likewise quilting gloves, and I carry machine gears here if you don't already have quilting gloves. I'll provide your quilt sandwiches and your thread for now for that first class or two, and we'll move on past that. Then there's other series of products you have to have, but we'll talk about them in advance. Which machine you have? No, you're going to want one of the great Brother, Janome, or Juki machines that we carry.
Yeah. And we have a great chance if you've been interested in the M7, the Continental M7 from Janome, or the Skyline series, the Skyline 7. We will be having an event with a Janome educator April 9th. And she'll be here virtually, so you won't even have to bring the machine. She's going to go over the machine. You'll get to make a little project. It'll be lots of fun. So be sure to check that out on the calendar and sign up so that we can reserve your spot today.
Yeah, if you will, because this week, the Mention It Monday is about batting. Batting is 15% off this week. Feel free to come in. If I don't have the one you need, we will order it in for you at that same 15% off. And if you just come in and say, hey, Mary, I watched your video about batting, I'll give you a lovely little freebie. This is all of the battings that Quilter's Dream has available to us, and you can keep this in your sewing studio, and when next you need to choose batting, you'll have a running start on doing that. We thank you so much for joining us for Mention It Monday. Thanks for being here with me, Charity.
Oh, yes, always fun to be with you, Mary.
We'll see you ladies later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, let's see what kind of question. Hi, everybody. Okay.